Hey everybody, Jody here in Alabama. I want to talk to you about several different things, I guess. Organization is what I'm going to title this because that's going to be kind of the crucial key of getting your business started and getting your business going, is making sure that you're organized and you have things in process order. So the first thing I want to talk about, though, is a brochure, the Join brochure, the host brochure. You can get those on your workstation really easily. You can order them, but they're not personal. They're not about you. They are just pretty generic to the company, and nothing about you in them, of course, because everybody gets the same ones. So Ashley, myself, and Sherry are all taking a leadership class with our Superstar Director, Jacqueline Roy. And she actually has been giving us challenges and having us do things. And so some of the things that I'm going to be talking about are from that, those challenges. And some of the things that I'm going to be talking about are just things that are to put into practice maybe, or things that maybe you could try. Of course, you'll do things your way, and you don't have to do them my way. I just want to give you some examples of how you can do things or what you can do. So the first thing I want to talk about is that brochure, and this is mine. It is a trifold brochure, and I'm actually, after I get done with this video, going to put this document into the files part on our Cincy page, and it's actually going to be Jacqueline Roy's, which is our Superstar Director. It's going to be her file, and so I'm just going to download her file onto there. And she's said to us, and so I want to really reiterate this, that you can use anything you want to on her brochure except for her pictures and her story. You need to use your own. You are not allowed to use hers. And I know you guys wouldn't do that anyway, but I really wanted to reiterate that that's what she had asked. So if by chance you don't have Word on your computer, or you need help getting the brochure made, I will most certainly be able to help you do that. All you have to do is email me your information, or ask me, and I can help you do that. I've helped 2 or 3 people on the leadership class in my group and in another group do theirs because they were struggling with it and I didn't have any issues with it. I was able to just upload it. So if by chance you need help, please let me know, or please let Ashley know, and we want to help you get this done if it's something that you would like to do. And I really highly recommend it. We want you to connect with people when you give them a Join brochure, or even your host. You're not going to sit down with them and always, it might be just in a 5-minute conversation and they leave with a Join packet. You're not always going to be able to take the time to really tell them your story, or really tell them what it is that you need or want from that story. So we want to make sure that you have your story written somewhere, and this is personal. I put these in my Join packets. I give my host one. I put them in basket parties. I put them in pouch parties. I put them in when I mail stuff out to people, when I put them in, when I mail catalogs and stuff, I put them in there. And, it might be cheaper for me just to put tape on the catalog and mail the catalog. But there are times when I do that. But there are also times when I actually put the catalog into an envelope, because I can get them at Dollar Tree, 2 for $1, the bubble envelopes. And so I'll put those in there with one of these. Okay, so this is my story. And it tells about my why. Why do I love my business? Why do I want to do this? And this is actually my story that's on my website. Now, I have changed my story a couple of times on my website. Why? Because my why changes. Every time I promote, or every time I earn that why, every time I get that, it's going to change. And so I do change my story up a little bit each time. Right now, my why makes me cry. And so should yours. Why are you doing Cincy? So most of you know I have written a book. And when I talk about my book, I cry. It's very important to me. It means the world to me. And I cry about it because I'm so passionate about it. It's what God had asked me to do. When I talk about my why, I'm very passionate about it, and usually I cry. My why is my husband. I want him to be able to work something that he loves. He's been in a job for the last 4 months and he hates it. He absolutely hates it, but because he loves me and he needs to provide for me, he goes every day. And so that's my why. And so my Scentsy story, put that on your website, guys. Really put it on your website if it's not on there. I know Ashley just posted about this yesterday or the day before. I'm telling you, you need to have it on there. I had a girl contact me from here in Boaz, Alabama. I do not know her. I still have never met her. She was looking for a consultant, and she went into Scentsy.com or .us, and she typed in Boaz, Alabama, and found me, and she found the list actually. And so she started clicking on the list of people, and she said that she saw my picture, she read my story, and she connected with me, she understood me, and I was about her age, and so she was really excited. And she said a lot of the pages didn't have anything, and so she said that's why she chose my page, because she wanted to order from someone who she felt a connection with. And isn't that how we do everything? When I go to a store, if it emotionally makes me feel bad, or I walk in and it's really plain, I'm more than likely not going to shop there. But if I walk in and I'm stimulated visually, then I'm excited. Or if I feel like, oh my gosh, look how amazing this place is, I'm more than likely to shop there, or I'm more than likely, if it's a restaurant, to eat there. And you all know what I'm talking about. People need to visually be able to see and get that visual stimulation. And if somebody goes to your webpage and all you have is a picture of the warmer that they stick up there, and it's not even a warmer that somebody likes, and they go to your story and there's nothing there, they're probably going to pass you right on by, because there's no visual stimulation. There is no reason to connect with that page. So they're going to go to the next person and find someone that they can connect with, someone that's going to show them, okay, I'm not ordering from a computer, I'm ordering from a person. This is a person that I can see what they look like. I can read their story and feel their heart. I know that this is important to them, and so this is who I want to order from. I know it seems very silly, but I promise you it's worth it. And you never know when somebody is going to be looking at your story and be able to connect with it. And because of that, either you're going to get them as a consultant, or you're going to get an order from them, or they're going to host a party for you. I've had, this girl, she ordered for me, and now she's going to host a party for me in May. So, it's really exciting. And she's excited because she's booked and ready to go to have a party for me in November with the Christmas collection. So, this is somebody that I would have never, ever met if my picture wouldn't have been on that website. And my story, if it would have just been a warmer, she would have went on to the next one, just like she did the person prior to me. So definitely do that. Okay, so back to the brochure. Sorry. So Ashley actually, I bet, has a picture right here of the Bahamas, but I didn't make it. I came so close, but I didn't. So, but hey, I was only in for 3 months before it went out. So I did good at almost making it. But anyway, I have a picture of St. Louis because I'm going to go to the Scentsy family reunion. And if you haven't booked that yet, oh my gosh, you need to go. It's from July 9th to the July 11th. And everyone in Scentsy, including our CEO and owners, Orville and Heidi, will be there. And we're going to get product, fun stuff. And we Train is actually going to be who is doing the entertainment for the concert on I believe Friday night maybe. But anyway, and then there's a lot of people that are, if they won the incentive and this is what they chose, then the St. Louis Cardinal tickets were included. But yeah, I'm not a Cardinals fan, so even if I won't be going to that game anyway. But there's a lot of fun stuff to do, so definitely, if you haven't got that yet, definitely you want to go. Okay, so after that, on this side, this is actually from Jacqueline, and this up here talks about the transition. It talks about the expansion, not the transition, the expansion with Grace Adele and Vallada. And then this down here tells about the opportunity. Then it has my name, my phone number, my email, and my websites. And right now I have Grace Adele and Vallada, so it has both of them. On the back side, I just did some cute little fun things. If you want to have Vistaprint do these, I have Vistaprint do mine because they're very expensive. So if you want to have Vistaprint do them, you can get on there and you can upload it. And then also, if you get your business cards or your brochures off of Vistaprint, go to retailmenot.com and get coupons. I saved $12.50 last time on my brochures. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about, moving on, is a little bit of organization, which for me is null and void. I am very unorganized. I admit I'm unorganized. I struggle with it. I have a difficult time with it, but I make myself be organized for my business. So I have 2 books. This is a challenge, again, that Jacqueline Roy had us do for the leadership class, and I am so glad she did because I love it. It helps me not have to search for things. It helps me not have to do anything. I can just pick up what I need and search. So this one here, it says, "Think of all the beauty still left around you and be happy" by Anne Frank. Okay, I got this, I think, at Walmart. You can get them at Dollar Tree. You can get them at Dollar General. Just notebooks is all you need. Mine just have little flowers in them. My other one has butterflies in them. So what I actually am doing is, in this one here, this is my prospects notebook. So every time I give out a join packet, every time somebody messages me or tells me they're interested, or somebody says, "Hey, I think I might know somebody that might want to do that," I put their name in here. I put their name in here and then my contact date with them. Now, I have had somebody who actually is one of my recruits that I actually didn't contact at all because I went to high school with her father, and so he did most of the contacting for me, but her name is still in this book so that I knew when he said it was okay for me to contact her. And sometimes you have to do that. If you don't know people, especially, I know for me, I'm the type of person that if I don't know you, I really don't want you contacting me, telling me that you have something for me, but because I'm going to trust somebody who does. So, if Ashley were to message me and say, "Hey," which, I would hope she would recruit herself, but let's say she didn't. So let's use Ashley's sister, Audrey. If Audrey texts me and she says, "Hey, I have somebody that's really interested," and I know Sherry and Ashley, she would give them to you, but I'm using it as an example. And she said, "But I'm the one that really needs to kind of talk to them through it. And then when I think it's time for you to have that information, I'll give it to you." That's the way I personally would rather do it. I don't want to scare anybody. I don't want to bombard anybody. If I'd rather have somebody comfortable speaking to them and then have them contact me, which is what happened in that instance with my recruit. She actually contacted me after her dad, whom she trusted, talked to her. So make sure that you kind of do that. Make sure that it's somebody that you trust, and don't just take somebody and say, "Hey, I think I might have a recruit for you," and call them or bombard them, because unless that person gives you the okay to do so, because you could scare them or something. And that's just me, I guess. Maybe for you it's completely different. Maybe if somebody says, "Hey, I have a referral for you," maybe you're gung-ho, call them, and maybe that doesn't bother them. But it bothers me as having somebody do that to me. And if I don't want somebody to do it to me, I refuse to do it to somebody else. So that's just me. But anyway, keep all your prospects in a notebook. Okay, the other notebook is my host. And so this was my host for April. I had quite a few people actually. So I'm ending up with 7 parties in April. And so those were my hosts, and it looks like I don't even have one down. So, those were my hosts in April, and I just keep them in there. And all I do in my notebook actually is just who they were. That's it. This is who they were, and I'm just showing you an empty page, but I write, this is who they were, this is the date they hosted. Honestly, I mean, in my host notebook, that's all I do, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Okay, this is why. You're going to want to have somewhere separate from your workstation your contacts. And the reason for that, I think, is there's times when I am out, you know, and I don't take it out and about, so let me rephrase that. There's times, though, when the internet doesn't cooperate with me. We use the internet on our phones in the house, and sometimes if, you know, Joe's on his phone or on the internet on his phone instead of his data, I not necessarily can use it on the web for a while. So, or if, you know, he's on the tablet, maybe it won't let me use it as well on the internet on my laptop. So I need to have things at a moment's notice to me. Plus also, I'm old, so I think that hard copies, paper and pencil, is sometimes better. If something happens, and you and I have had this happen, my hard drive has crashed and you lose everything. Yeah, they're going to be in the workstation, but all the other stuff that you had saved is going to be gone. So sometimes paper is better. So this is what I do. And I'm going to show you a customer one. I actually have index cards, and I have card files. You know, like the little recipe boxes. Host. When did they host? What day did they host? How much was their party? Their birthday, their address, their phone number, all of that stuff I keep on one card. And then if they host again, I just staple another one to them with more information. You know, this is the date they hosted. This is what they got. And then I also keep their wish list. I do ask them to email me their wish list, just because if I know what they want, it's easier for me to say, hey, go in and, you know, pick what you want, and then let's work for this. Because then they're more apt to help me with the party than they are to say, you know what, I just think you need to do it yourself. So I keep a copy of their wish list. Plus, then if I do a drawing or that month or something, I know what they want on that. I knew something that they wanted on their wish list. Or you know, a certain scent that they really liked, but maybe they didn't get. Come their birthday, I might send them a scent circle in that scent. Or a bar or something. So you just, you know, whatever it is. But anyway, so this is the index card, and this is actually a customer. I have her name, her address, her phone number, and her birthday. And like I said, I like to send out different birthdays. And so I keep track of my customers, and I haven't got it done on this one yet, but on the back of this card, I will write some of the scents that she had, so I kind of have an idea that this is kind of what she orders, especially if it's a customer. And I have customers that, like you know, y'all, that you get over and over and over every month. They order something, and I have a customer that actually does that, and then she also hosts a party. So this month, instead of ordering, she actually ordered, but she hosted a party for me. So she was able to get them at half price or free. So I keep track of what she likes as far as scents and stuff, so that if I want to send her something for her birthday, or I just want to send a thank you and give her a couple samples or a scent sample or something, I can, or a scent circle, I should say, I can add those. So anyway, I keep these in an index box, and I do this for every customer. I know it sounds like it's time consuming. If you don't want to use one of these, don't. Go in and print off your thing. However it is that you need to do it, but you need to keep files really somewhere other than your workstation of all your customers and all your hosts, so that you can look at them and see, and you can take care of those customers and those hosts. Because again, if, you know, some of you, let's say you shop at Kohl's. I love Kohl's, and I get coupons from them, and I get things in the mail that say, this is what my special is going to be. This is what this is going to be. You know, this is when our sale is. I get those things, and so I know when to go and shop. If by chance you can do that, that's wonderful. You know, you can pull it up and say, oh, you know, this customer likes this or this, and I see it's going on sale. You can also go into your workstation if you don't know how to do this, and you can search under orders. You can put in the scent or whatever it is that's going to be discontinued, or whatever it is that's going on sale, and see who has ordered that. Because then you can contact them, especially if it's a scent. You can contact them and say, hey, this is going on sale, and I want you to know because I know you've ordered it in the past and it's going to be discontinued or it's going to be on sale. You know, I would want to know that, and so I want them to know that. There are times when I will do an email, and I believe that there's going to be a training on how to send those group emails to your customers and to your host. Also, how to send group emails down to your team, so which is actually broken right now, but they're working on it. But that's going to be another training. So sometimes I'll email, and there are times when honestly I'll sit down, especially if I have 5 or 6 people who order the same thing and there's only 5 or 6 out of that, I'll actually send them a handwritten card. I don't mind sending handwritten cards. I don't think it's time consuming. I mean, I suppose it probably is, but if I want my business to do well and I want it to be my business, which it is, I have to do those things. I guess for me, I feel like I have to do those things. Please don't feel like you have to handwrite a note to every person that ever orders from you or anything, because it's your business. That's just what I do. I personally think it's more personable that way. And then plus when you handwrite things or you send things out in the mail, you can add your brochure. You can add and I'm going to grab it, sorry. You can add a flyer for the warmer of the month. And these come actually when you get the warmer of the month. I really encourage you to do that because you get a lot, really. But you can put the flyer in. And then on my flyers, on the back of the flyers, I'm just going to show you because some of you don't get the warmer of the month. It has, you know, different things for what the warmers have been for the months. And then it has this little... right here, it has this little bar that shows, hey, this is what the thing of the month is. When you order the warmer of the month, you get these stickers, and they you can scratch them, and smell them. So it's a scratch and sniff, and I actually will stick them on here, and then I also put them on the sample. So and somewhere on that page, I did a video on how I make samples because I don't like to, well, anyway, I do samples very simply. I can't warm a lot of the scents. This is one, this Mystery Man, even though it smells so good. Anyway, we won't go there. Yeah, we won't go there. So, but I can't warm it because of my allergies. So I have to just cut it in half. There's a training somewhere on that. Okay, so, but when you mail stuff, you can add stuff. You can add this. You can add this. You can add, you know, the scent of the month. You can cut those samples and make them thin and send those samples, and then you don't have to buy a lot. So, you know, there's so much stuff that you can do when you actually mail something. And remember that every time you mail something, that stamp is tax deductible. So don't lose your receipts and stuff like that because you'll need them. You'll be able to write them off. You know, everything that you get for your business, your Vistaprint, whatever you pay for them, you get to write that off at the end of the year. So yeah, even if you want to print them, your ink, absolutely, you need to make sure you save that stuff and write that off. So, you know, even something as small as index cards, or if you want a binder to keep your customer information in a binder, do that. I do everything by their birth date. So it's through their birth date. So January, all the January birth dates, all the February birth dates. And some of you are going to say, well, what if I don't know their birth date? Well, then just put them in there under whenever they ordered, I guess. I mean, it's up to you, however you want to do it. It's your business. You can do it however you want. This is how I have to do it because, like I said, I'm the most unorganized person that I know. And so it's how I have to do it to be able to function and be able to have my business run smoothly. I also use my planner because it's important for me. It's important for me to know when I need to send out those index or those postcards. No, this is the day the basket party went out. This is when the basket party was going to come out. No, this is when I'm supposed to meet this somebody to close. Now, I also put my goals, and I'm going to just show you my goals. Sorry. I put my goals for the month in my planner, so I can look at them and see them every single time I open my planner to that month. I see those goals and I know what they are. I'm pretty close to them. There was actually a couple things on there that I didn't quite reach this month. However, I know next month I will, and so I will not change that goal. I won't make it higher because I didn't reach it yet. So, set small goals, achievable goals. And for me, I do them weekly. Like my first week, I try to do 150. My second week, I try to do 150. If you do 150 every week, at least every week, then you're going to make the $500 that you need to make for the month to be able to reach the things that you need to reach. So when you have parties, that's going to come really easy. I have no trouble getting $500 a month, ever, because I always have those parties booked. And like I said in my booking party, when I finish one, I always start another one. I never finish a party without having a backup ready to go. So, try to keep as organized as you can. And as far as your receipts, keep them all. You're going to need them. Write down those people for your joining and recruits and follow up with them. You can't just run them in there. You have to follow up with them. And so some of you are probably saying, well, that's great, except for I talked to somebody, I gave them a join packet, and I can't follow up with them because I forgot to get their information. So carry index cards in your thing. Or the greatest thing and the easiest thing to do, and this is what I have found to be the easiest thing to do, is carry drawing slips. And you can get those on the workstation under the Scentsy Family thing. Is you tell them that you are having a drawing at the end of the month, and then actually have the drawing at the end of the month, but you get their information that way. So you never leave without information. You never talk to anyone without getting their information. Because if you did, you know what, pretty much most of the time they are not going to contact you back, and you've just given out information and you've spent money on catalogs and things like that to give them to somebody who possibly just threw it in the garbage. You always want to get their information so you can follow up. So I don't know if that helped you, but I really hope it did. And I'm going to download that file into our files so that you will be able to go in and work on your brochure. And like I said, if you have any questions or you need any help, please ask myself or ask Ashley or anyone else. Just post it on the page, and anyone that can help you, we will. Ashley stresses over and over that this is not her team, it is our team. We are all in this together. And I promise you, especially if you're new, we are a team and we do work together. So like I said, I hope that helps, and I hope you have a great night or a weekend or whatever day it is that you're watching this. Thanks.